What happens when you trap entitled rich people, stressed hotel staff, and explosive secrets together for a week in paradise? The answer involves multiple deaths, shocking betrayals, and the kind of chaos that would make reality TV producers weep with joy. You're about to witness 3 seasons of pure mayhem. A hotel manager's deadly revenge in Hawaii, a money-hungry con game gone wrong in Sicily, and a family nearly poisoning themselves in Thailand. The White Lotus proves that money can't buy you happiness or safety. The disturbing nature of this series is that every season starts with us knowing someone's going to die. We're not watching to see if tragedy strikes, we're watching to see who deserves it most. Season 1, Hawaii. Let's start where it all began, the White Lotus Resort in Maui, where entitled guests and overworked staff create a powder keg waiting to explode. Our first casualties in the class war are the Mossbacher family. Nicole's the breadwinner tech executive married to Mark, who's having a midlife crisis after discovering his dad died of AIDS. Their daughter Olivia is peak Gen Z cynicism, while son Quinn spends most of the trip literally sleeping on the beach because his family's too toxic to be around. Then we have Shane Patton, the poster child for rich kid problems. He's on his honeymoon with Rachel, a travel writer who's starting to realize she might have married a walking red flag. Shane's obsessed with a room booking error, and I mean obsessed. This guy treats hotel complaints like a full-time job. And let's not forget Tanya McQuoid. She's wealthy, lonely, and desperately searching for meaning while trying to scatter her mother's ashes. Tanya becomes attached to spa manager Belinda, dangling the promise of funding her wellness business like a carrot she'll never actually deliver. Running this circus is hotel manager Armand, in what might be television's most unhinged performance. Armand starts as the perfect hospitality professional, but Shane's constant complaints slowly chip away at his sanity. He's 5 years sober until he finds a bag of ketamine left behind by the college girls. And that's when things take a turn. The beauty of Season 1 is watching Armand's descent into madness. He goes from bending over backwards for guests to actively sabotaging them. He puts Shane and Rachel on a boat with Tanya during her mother's ash-scattering ceremony, creating the most awkward romantic dinner in television history. He sleeps with his coworker Dylan right in his office. And in the finale, he literally breaks into Shane's room to defecate in his suitcase. Throughout the show so far, most people are rooting for Armand. Yes, he's unprofessional and completely losing it, but Shane is so insufferably entitled that we want to see him get his comeuppance. The season builds to its tragic climax when Shane discovers Armand in his room. Armed with a pineapple knife, Shane accidentally stabs Armand to death. It's the perfect ending to a season about class warfare. The rich kid literally gets away with murder, while the working class hero dies. Quinn finds his own form of escape by joining local Hawaiian paddlers, choosing authentic culture over his family's toxicity. It's the season's one genuinely hopeful ending, showing that sometimes the only way to win is not to play the game at all. The real brilliance of Hawaii season is how it exposes the casual cruelty of wealth. These people don't set out to be monsters. They just exist in a system that rewards their worst impulses while punishing everyone else. Season 2, Sicily. If Hawaii was about class warfare, Sicily is about deception, where everyone's running a con, and the question becomes who's the best liar. Season 2 introduces us to a whole new cast of morally questionable characters, starting with the Di Grasso men. We have Bert, the grandfather who's basically every uncomfortable old relative rolled into one person. His son Dominic is a Hollywood producer whose marriage is falling apart because he can't stop cheating. And grandson Albie is the nice guy who's actually just as manipulative as the rest of his family. Then there's the couple's trip from hell, Ethan and Harper versus Cameron and Daphne. Ethan's a tech bro who sold his company and now has nothing to do but overthink everything. His wife Harper is suspicious of everyone, especially Cameron, who's the kind of guy who accidentally exposes himself to your wife and calls it a misunderstanding. Cameron's married to Daphne, who seems like an airhead, but might actually be the smartest person in the room. Her philosophy is basically ignorance is bliss, but she hints that she knows exactly what Cameron's up to and has her own side action. Our returning character Tanya is back, now married to Greg from Season 1, but their relationship is already falling apart. She brings along her assistant Portia, who's young, naive, and about to get a crash course in how dangerous rich people can be. The real stars of Sicily, though, are local women Lucia and Mia. They're running their own con, with Lucia working as an escort while Mia pursues her music career. What makes them charming is that they're arguably the most honest characters in a season full of liars. The season becomes a chess game where everyone's trying to manipulate everyone else. Lucia seduces both Dominic and his son Albie, playing them against each other. She even creates a fake pimp named Alessio to extract more money from the Di Grasso men. Alessio is actually just a hotel employee helping with the con. Tanya gets caught up with Quentin and his group of supposedly wealthy English gay men. They wine and dine her, introducing her to opera and culture, but it's all part of an elaborate murder plot. Tanya's husband Greg has apparently hired them to kill her for her inheritance. I love how this storyline develops and plays with our expectations. Throughout the season, we think Tanya's being paranoid, but she's actually right. These people are trying to kill her. When she finally snaps and shoots them all, it feels both shocking and inevitable. The season culminates in multiple deaths, but unlike Hawaii, most of the victims perhaps deserve their fate. Tanya kills her would-be murderers before accidentally drowning herself. It's sinisterly comic justice. She survives the assassination plot only to die from her own clumsiness. Sicily explores the different types of intelligence. The supposedly smart characters like Ethan and Dominic get completely played by people they underestimate. Lucia and Mia, who everyone assumes are just pretty faces, orchestrate the season's most successful con. The season ends with most characters getting exactly what they deserve. The DeGrasso men lose $50,000 to Lucia's con. Cameron and Daphne's marriage continues its cycle of mutual deception. And Tanya, well, let's just say her trust issues were completely justified. Before we dive into the chaos of Thailand, I've got to ask, which White Lotus guest do you think you'd be? The entitled complainer like Shane? The oblivious rich kid like Albie? Or maybe the con artist like Lucia? Drop your honest answer in the comments. Season 3, Thailand. Thailand takes everything we love about the White Lotus and cranks it up to 11. This season is about family dysfunction, hidden identities, and the lengths people will go to protect their secrets. Our most twisted family dynamic belongs to the Ratliffs. Timothy is a businessman whose past has finally caught up with him. He's about to be arrested for money laundering, and his assets are frozen. His wife Victoria lives in denial, popping anxiety pills and having prophetic dreams about tsunamis. Their kids are Saxon, who's built his entire identity around his father's success, Piper, who wants to abandon materialism for Buddhist enlightenment, and Lachlan, the people-pleaser who just wants everyone to get along. The family's vacation becomes Timothy's last hurrah before prison, but his guilt drives him to increasingly desperate measures. He steals a gun and contemplates murder-suicide, nearly poisoning his entire family with tainted pina coladas. The fact that Lachlan accidentally drinks the leftovers and almost dies is peak White Lotus dark comedy. Then we have the friendship trio of Kate, Jacqueline, and Lori. These middle-aged women represent different types of toxic femininity. Jacqueline's the narcissistic actress married to a much younger man. Kate's the judgmental conservative who voted for Trump. Lori's going through a messy divorce and acts out by sleeping with random men. Their friendship is built on gossip and mutual resentment, and watching them turn on each other is both painful and satisfying. Our most intriguing plot belongs to Rick and Chelsea. Rick's much older, controlling, and hiding a massive secret. He's in Thailand to confront the man who allegedly murdered his father. Chelsea's young, British, and slowly realizing her boyfriend might be completely unhinged. Their relationship represents the show's exploration of power dynamics in age gap relationships. Greg's return is surprising. Remember Tanya's husband from season 2? He's now hiding in Thailand under a fake name with his new girlfriend Chloe. When Belinda from season 1 recognizes him, it creates a web of connections that spans all 3 seasons. The Thai setting allows the show to explore cultural appropriation and Western entitlement in new ways. Piper wants to join a Buddhist monastery, but her commitment to enlightenment crumbles the moment she loses her creature comforts. It's a perfect metaphor for how privileged people treat other cultures as spiritual tourism. The season builds to multiple catastrophic revelations. The Ratliff children discover they had an incestuous threesome while high on ecstasy, a moment so shocking it makes previous seasons look tame. Timothy's business partner has cooperated with authorities, guaranteeing Timothy's imprisonment, and Rick discovers that the man he's come to kill is actually his biological father. The finale is the White Lotus at its most brutal. Rick shoots his father Jim dead, only to learn the truth about their relationship from Jim's wife Sritala. In the ensuing chaos, Chelsea gets caught in the crossfire and dies. Rick himself is gunned down by security guard Gaytok, who gets promoted for his loyalty. Thailand is brilliant, as it shows the consequences of keeping secrets. Every character is hiding something, and when those secrets explode, they take everyone down with them. Timothy's financial crimes destroy his family. Rick's quest for revenge costs him everything. Even the minor characters like Gaitok succeed by being honest about their ambitions. The season ends with the survivors picking up the pieces. The Ratliff family faces poverty and scandal. Belinda takes her son Zion and $5 million from Greg, finally getting the payday she deserved back in Hawaii. Greg's still out there, probably planning his next con. The show's moral ambiguity is notable. There are no pure heroes or complete villains, just people making increasingly desperate choices to protect their comfort, status, or sanity. Even the sympathetic characters like Belinda or Armand make questionable decisions when pushed to their limits. Mike White has created something special here, a show that makes us laugh at terrible people while forcing us to recognize ourselves in their worst impulses. It's social commentary disguised as guilty pleasure television, and it works because it never lets anyone off the hook. The next time you're planning a luxury vacation, maybe choose your travel companions carefully. You never know when your relaxing getaway might turn into a crime scene. What did you think of the White Lotus? Which season hit different for you? And honestly, do you think any of these characters deserved better? Or did they all get exactly what was coming to them? Let me know in the comments.